What's going on, everybody? It's Jonathan from OT for Tech, and this is my full review of the Motorola Moto 360. You see, I spent about 2 weeks with this watch, so I'm pretty confident I have my likes and dislikes figured out, and I can go ahead and give you my full review and what I think. If you need a basic overview of the hardware and the specs of this watch, I'll leave a link in the description below to my unboxing and initial impressions, and that will cover the most general basics of this watch. But for now, this is my full review, so let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Working in the healthcare field, specifically in the field of occupational therapy, I am constantly exposing my watch to hazards, to put it lightly. On a daily basis, I bathe, toilet, groom, transfer, and perform extensive exercises with various patients. Oh, and how could I forget? Vigorous hand washing, lots and lots of water, soap, and paper towels. And on a day-to-day basis, I have noticed several signs of wear, especially around the loops that keep the strap from dangling and getting in the way, and the remaining areas have creasing from being strapped to my wrist, and pieces are actually starting to flake off if you take a look here. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal. These bands are fully swappable, and you can swap them out for a metal band or a new leather band. In fact, my buddy Dom over at Mac Mixing did an excellent job demonstrating how he took a pebble steel band and added it to the 360, giving it a much more stylish look. I'll leave a link in the description below to his video if you want to go check it out. The stainless steel portion of the watch is holding up quite nicely, and after banging against a wheelchair, a bed rail or two, even had a patient bite it once, the metal portion of the watch shows no signs of wear at all. Since I use a screen protector on my 360, it's a bit unfair to judge how well the actual display, which does feature Gorilla Glass, is holding up. But what I can say though is that the beveled edges have not chipped nor shown any signs of wear. In terms of functionality, I have to say I have mixed feelings. So far, I feel like having a smartwatch is a bit excessive. Since reviewing tech is more of a hobby for me and not my full-time job, when I can get away from my phone for a little while, it's a bit of a luxury. Between the endless conference calls, text messages, referencing information to further understand a patient's diagnosis, I mean the list goes on. By the time the end of the day comes, I'm kind of burnt out with my phone. Having another connection to your phone is like going on vacation to get away from your kids, but Skyping them the entire time you're gone. It does have its benefits though, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that when I'm treating a patient and my phone goes off, I don't have to stop my treatment to look at my phone or wait until the end. I can simply glance at my wrist to find out if it's an emergency or important enough to pause the session to answer my notification. It's also convenient while driving. Generally, when I'm driving, my wrist is draped over the steering wheel, at least visible. If I receive a notification or a call that needs to be addressed, I don't have to take the risk of getting into an accident by pulling out my phone. A quick look at my wrist handles that. Also, with the Google Now integration and the ability to respond to text messages, I can simply respond by using a swipe, tap, and my voice message. It's pretty simple. But this leads me to a negative I noticed. Sometimes the watch will, when responding to a message, quickly cut you off and send your message. I wish it would allow you time to confirm your message prior to sending, that way you could edit out any mistakes. But one simple pause and poof, there goes your message. And with a good cellular connection, you're limited to just a few seconds to hit that cancel button. There is a bit of lag in the software, which has been reported by several reviewers. However, I do not notice it day in and day out. But then again, I'm not looking for it either. In fact, until someone pointed it out to me, I really didn't notice it. Yes, the chipset is dated, and yes, the other Android Wear devices have more advanced internals. However, didn't Motorola do the same thing with the original Moto X? And can't the Moto X dance circles around the Galaxy S5 or the LG G3 in terms of software performance? Not benchmarks. It's not always about the specs, but the experience. So no matter what you hear about the reports of lag, don't let it turn you away from the 360. Besides, Motorola has been pretty good at pushing updates lately, and most of the lag has pretty much gone away, at least in my eyes. Next up is battery life. Motorola recently pushed an update that fixed a lot of the complaints about battery. In fact, I get around 12 hours to a full day's use now without having to charge it, and that's including keeping the ambient light sensor on. Now, one of my favorite parts about the Moto 360 is the fact that it has wireless charging, and it comes with its own little dock, and it's very, very useful, and it's very purposeful. I prefer wireless charging over corded charging any day. Bluetooth connectivity is good. I've been able to walk roughly 25 to 30 feet away from my phone and still have it connected as long as there were no obstructions. If you throw a wall or a door in the way, then the connection might suffer and it might drop. When working out with this watch, I found it to be a no-go. When lifting the barbell to bench press or pulling down on the lat pull-down cable, I found it not to be the most comfortable. Even running or doing activities which result in excessive sweating, I really didn't like. And since it's leather, well actually suede, I feel the gray version just absorbs all the nastiness that comes with the sweat. I don't know about you, but in my own opinion, working out with a leather band or suede band is a really bad idea. But one thing I will say, however, is that the heart rate monitor works surprisingly well, much better than the one found on the Gear 2 or the Gear Live. There are several apps in the Play Store that can be downloaded and used with the Moto 360. These include a wide array of fitness apps and different watch faces. Yes, you can download different watch faces if you did not know that already. And with the Motorola Connect app, you can actually customize the watch faces that come with the 360. And it's nice that they incorporated this feature because it allows you to make the 360 a little bit more personal. Now, in my testing, the ambient light sensor on the bottom, which kind of pissed a lot of people off because it takes away from the circular design of the watch face, didn't really bother me. If I was using a black watch face, it's fine. But when looking at a white background or a white watch face, it does get a little bit of annoying because it takes away from that circular design, and I can see how it does irritate some people. So to wrap it up, I'm still on the fence about smartwatches. I love the idea, I just don't see it being a necessity. It takes 5 seconds longer to pull my phone from my pocket compared to twisting my wrist. Without a speaker built into the watch or full access to your phone, such as pictures, music, documents, or even a contact list, a lot of the features, in fact all of the features, require you to have your phone readily available. An example would be placing a phone call. On the Gear and Gear 2, because it has a built-in speaker, you can actually answer and place phone calls from your wrist. If you don't think that's necessary, try using it while you're driving and you don't have access to Bluetooth controls via your vehicle. It's a nifty little feature. The Moto 360 is definitely the best looking Android Wear watch hands down, but regardless of cosmetics, it's all about functionality. Wearable tech is supposed to bring more simplicity and increase productivity in your life. However, I feel like it's bringing more complexity, and with the lack of features and integration with my phone, it's probably best that I keep my non-smartwatch a little bit longer. And this is the exact reason why I will probably sell my Moto 360. Well guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new content. And while you're at it, why don't you check out some of my older videos? You might like what you see. Follow me on all my social media networks to have a more one-on-one based chat with me. And don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. Of course, as always guys, thank you for watching and all your support, and I'll see you in the next one.